Good morning, everybody. Yes, I'm looking a little sweaty. Let's just set the scenario here. It was 97 degrees this morning at 4 a.m. when I got up, and probably somewhere around 95 degrees when I started my run. So I thought, you know what, today's the perfect day to talk a little bit, about heat, running in the heat. I know not everybody lives in this kind of extreme, but and then a couple reviews on some things I've gotten in that are related to heat training. So I use the collapsible bottles and specifically Tailwind, and you can tell I like Tailwind. These aren't insulated though. And I first got exposed to insulated bladders when I got a Nathan pack. Oh, maybe like 2 packs ago. I can't even remember. I've had so many Nathan packs, but this is the bladder that goes in the back of my Nathan pack, and it's insulated. You can kind of tell because it's gray, it's padded. Stats say that it keeps your water 30% cooler, or cooler 30% longer. I can't remember. You guys can go look at the stats there, but yeah, definitely pack it down with ice. I put it in the fridge. I don't freeze it. Some people can chime in if you want. They may freeze them. I don't. I think it's hard on the valves and stuff, but I put ice in it, but mostly I just refrigerate it. And then what I do is I will freeze one of these and shove them in the back as well. So then within an hour, it's thawed out enough. But what I love the most, and I've had just one for the longest time, but I just got 2 more in yesterday. These are the tiny insulated bottles. Yeah, so they're the same kind of concept, but they're insulated. So they've got that, yeah, little padding, stuff like that. So it says it holds 18 ounces. My fridge counts out the ounces. So if my fridge is accurate, it actually holds about 19 or 20, which is awesome because in normal temperatures, I drink one of these an hour, and I put 3 scoops of Tailwind in it, so I have 300, but then I have water back here, so I kind of top off a little bit of with a little bit of water. And I think these are made for handhelds as well, the Nathan handhelds, but I don't use handhelds, so I have not tried that. I love these. So now I have 3, and what prompted me getting 2 more of these was the forecasted 117, 119 degree week I'm going to be having this week in Phoenix. So this morning, getting into now a little bit of heat training stuff, when we're living in the desert like this and the heat cranks up over the summer, you just got to add a ton of water every day to your routine, and then maybe even throw in some electrolyte stuff. I usually try and throw in a bottle or like 1 serving, like I'll put in a couple scoops of Tailwind like in the day. So I'll drink maybe a 20 or 30 ounce container with just a couple scoops of Tailwind. I know there's other products. I also increase the salt in my food. I have really low blood pressure and stuff like that. So, I mean, I can do extra salt, obviously you got to look at whether or not you can do health wise, but I really believe in these because they keep things so cool. Now this morning I had planned, you can see it on one of my other videos on my YouTube channel. I had planned to go out and do around Dixie Mountain Loop and then back, and it's usually about an 8-mile run. And I started at 5. I mean, the sun is barely even up. And I went through one of these in about 35 minutes, and I only brought 2. So when you're out there and you have to think on the fly sometimes. So now I know this route really well, and I tend to stick to routes I know really well, especially in dangerous heat. Because I'm running, I'm looking at my clock, I'm feeling how low this is. And I didn't pack my water bladder because, I just was like, oh, I'm just gonna go out for a run. But as I'm going, I'm like, it's only 35 minutes, I'm about done with one of these. And I know the back half of my run is harder. So I would have needed another one. So I'm like, you know what? Gonna turn around, because the first part of the run is up. And I stopped at the base of Dixie Peak. And so then, yeah, it might have taken me 47 minutes to get there, but it's only going to take me maybe 30 to get back, maybe even less, because it's all downhill. So that was the safe decision for me. We also have a few fires around, and so the air was a little hazy. And so I kind of had this up every once in a while, but I just didn't want to get, you know, so I'm like, you know what? That's okay, because I still get about 7 or 8 miles. I was still out in the heat and doing some heat training, and that's helpful. But the ultimate thing is to stay safe. And so for me, it's like, all right, let's look at it. Let's take a second, pause, and look at how long is it going to take me to get home and how much water do I have? Because that is the main thing. And I'm really experienced out here. I've lived in the desert, what now, 15, 16 years, and I've been running in it for like 6. So I get it. And you know what? Turn around. And it was the right thing to do, because I was completely out of water by the time I came up to my house. So just be very careful out there in the heat, you guys. It's scary, it's dangerous, and I can't stress that enough. And I love that Nathan has these awesome insulated products for us out here in the desert. And I really, really encourage you to get these. I had to snip this down a little bit so it's not so tall, because when it's in your pack, it comes with these, okay? They're really low. Then they kind of fall down a little bit. I mean, they are a little stiff right here, so it kind of stays up a little better. Doesn't sink down like these do. I mean, these legit sink down into your pockets. So these are too tiny. So they have the option to buy these. And I've got 2 pair, and I've got 2 of them, and I've got 2 more coming. And I usually have to snip them down. You can see this one is snipped down a little bit, but it's absolutely perfect. I only have to reach up a little bit. This one was like flapping around up here. That was a little bit too tall. But these were great, and I absolutely love them. I will, this week, I'm probably going to be freezing. Even one of these, I'll probably freezing a couple of these and putting them in my back just to be safe, because I have a couple big runs coming. So I hope this helped, and I'm still loving my pack. I don't know if you guys saw my other review of this pack. I'm still totally loving it. Still wishing I could carry my poles on the outside, but maybe someday we'll get a pack that we can do that with. But yeah, that's it. Leave any questions that you have for me in the comments. I'll get dinged, and I'll answer them. You know, I'm just kind of the average 40, almost 50 something girl out there running the trails, not super fast, not super slow, just, you know, steady and consistent. So hopefully my hints can help you guys out. Thanks.